Okay, today what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something called clockwire. It's a tool I made that lets you use your parallel port as a binary clock or as a digital clock. You can use a digital clock, except you'd have to have some chips and some other chips, couple chips that take binary coded decimal and convert it to a 7 segment display. You can use any of those kinds. I made one up on there. I haven't tested out the one with the binary coded decimal to 7 segment on there because I didn't because they're not good of chips inside all that. So I tried something simple here. What we're gonna do is gonna take these LEDs, hook up to the parallel port pins, and output there's enough on there to output a binary of output enough to show the tens column and ones column of your clock, but it goes back and forth. It'll go from minutes to hours, because you can't fit them all in there at once. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can bring it closer. I'll bring it closer so you can see it carefully. It's very fragile, so as you can see. That's what it looks like. So on a piece of floor tile, I did a spare piece of floor tile I cut up. Now I'm gonna hang it back up carefully. Okay, that seems to be good. So what you'll need to do is after you download it, you type in it's gonna be clockwire W32, and it probably if I ever create one for 64-bit, with which I should because it's using a driver. It's called clockwire W32 for 32-bit and 64-bit. I haven't made a 64-bit one. I should probably do it sometime. You can probably do it yourself, or if you get a free version of Delphi, it should be able to handle it, and it should be able the free version, the community, what's it called, the community edition by Rapid what you call it, Rapid Studio. Anyway, well look, let's take a look at these parameters. I'll hit clockwise without any parameters there that gives help information about it. It gives us all these options right here. This shows you the about screen, which you have to see for yourself. This here shows this output address. Now my parallel port is different. Let me go show it to you. I'll click start. I'm gonna right click my computer. This is Windows XP. I believe it works on 7. It's Windows 7. I did test it on 7 at once until I put the RAID controller in. Then I had to put Windows XP back on here. The drivers. That's the drive right there. As I'll show you on the resources, it's not using 378 or whatever it's called. It's using B400. And that's the address to the data register. You'll see. There's a way to test it out too. I'll show you here. You put /T, then you put the address in with back to the /O. It'll test out the port. It'll let you tell what pins you want to oscillate back and forth to let you know which pin you got connected. Okay. So there's other options here. You can invert it. So just say let's say you're taking it to a transistor buffer and you had let's say you use not using NPNs, using PNPs, or if not even let's say not using LEDs at all. Let's say you're using something that needs more power than what a computer parallel port can provide. That has to have a buffer on it. And let's say the buffer was inverting what you put it on there. That means if the computer parallel one try to turn something on, it'll come out as off on the other side. So how you do it? You use XOR operation. And if you tell them back and to tell a certain number, it'll XOR it. XOR will do is it's like It's like OR, except if they're both true, that's false. And that's how it works. There's also a backslash v which I used to debug it without the driver. What it happens uses a function inside there, but that's just for me testing it out. This 12-hour backslash 12 will tell you 12-hour backslash UTC do the universal time coordinated clock based on what you have on Windows. And you can, in fact, if you put backslash S here, right there, between if you want to see binary clock, uh, binary clock schematic, you can type backslash S space 1. You want to see the digital clock, backslash S slash space 2. So let's show you those two of them. I'm going to get out this and type in clock W32 backslash S 1. Or we can do it without, but the default will be the binary clock. If we hit enter here, there you go. There's our circuit for our binary clock. Of course, there's some resistors here that are not shown. They go to LEDs. They're on that. I put the resistors on the screws on there on that wall plate adapter, that wall plate plug, what we're gonna call it, wall plate keystone, whatever it is. That has RJ45. Why am I using RJ45 on it? It's because I noticed enough pins on it that would let me use all of the all of the all of the bits that we need. The bits there to come out of parallel port. That's enough for because it's like 7 LEDs. Well, if you went hour here, that's 8 of them. That was like 9. But I decided 7's enough. We don't need all the hour and minutes. We'll just go by back and forth. Then if you want it, I'll show you right now. I'm going to show you the. You just hit enter after this to return to the command prompt like I just did. Of course, the window didn't get painted over. That's what I did is I used paint on the console window to make it where it would show the picture. If you do that one, there's our digital clock. Now down here it says VCC and ground also connected to 5-volt power supply. That means you have to have a 5-volt power supply hooked to it. You just can't run off this parallel port. You may be able to, but it's not recommended. As a parallel port probably put out not that much current, that might not be probably. You'd have to find some other output on here. The output as a 1. Probably several extra ones output as 1s. And then put them in parallel to create a ground. Not ground a rail for it. But that's not recommended. And it might not work like you need to if you did it that way. That's why I say put a 5-volt power supply on it. If you're going to do a digital clock. Hit enter again. It'll get out of it. Let's try universal time. Let's try the test function out. We never show you how you do the test now. I'm going to clear this, get rid of all this. CLS. Well, that didn't do it. Well, I know it'll do it if we still. There we go. Perfect. Now if I type in clock, wire 32 backslash T, and since this ain't the standard serial port number, I'm gonna put in backslash O B400, which is the I/O address to the data register on that parallel port. And as you can see, it should stop oscillating over there. Yeah, it's right there. That green LED right there is the only one that's on. That's just telling. And if the title of this bar here says clockwire, and then right next to it tells you a 1 or 0, telling you how what its current state is at the exact moment. Let's say I want to go to do number. Maybe I turn the lights off. I think that's the reason why you're not able to make it look like all the other ones are on. Hang on. Yeah, that makes it looks a lot better. And I can see the screen light's the only one that's on. Then if I hit number, let's say we'll bit the next bit, which is the 1, the white light lights up. And that white light is bit 1 on there, on the 1's column. Of course, I have another white LED that's on the second column with the same bit number. I decided to do it that way so it wouldn't be confusing knowing that which LED is which number, which bit position it is. They all a have a same same bit number. Now to get out of this, you can hit Control C probably. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit another number like it says. I'm gonna put 8 in, which is too high, which is higher than 7. Yeah, stop. And you see it will stop through there. Let's say I want to do. Let's say I want to show you how it works, how to start it up with, how to get it started up after you get done. Let's say you got done, everything done, way done, way it made, and you want to try it out. Let's type in clock W32 backslash O. No, not O. Don't give it that R after there. Go backslash O B400. Now it'll go a 12-hour format. Backslash 12. Now if you look here, okay, just tells it it shows you it stored it. It stored it in there. So you check it back. If you got something else on there after where it says okay, that means it didn't stay. The bits didn't get updated. This number, the first number represents the number of it's trying to transmit, depending on hour, minutes, what value is. This is what it looks like when it's after it's being transmitted, after it's converted to binary clock format, which is which would have the digits stored in binary order, in that order from least significant to most significant, or however I should say it. There's also this number digit here. If it's greater than uh 7, that means it's the hour. Means it's, I think, hour. Yeah, hour. Because that says 9. Now, now you probably were wondering, how can what do I have hooked up to parallel port that is used for connection since I'm using RJ45. I'm going to show it to you. This on eBay. You can get these. I'm going to move this. Can I move this? I'll move the window. I'm new to this program I'm using. These right here. These here. These here are the stuff you'll need. These take the RJ45 and convert to DB25 mil. They say they're for serial port, but they'll work for its parallel port as well. It's because that the parallel port was the connector. Well, the connectors on the computer on the computer side, parallel port uses a different one for serial, but for some modems stuff like that, you use the same connectors for parallel port, the same one they use on the computer side, and then they use stuff to hook to a terminal to the RJ45 through it. And you get these pins here. In fact, this one here I think tells you the pin out of the third B. The third's away for I'm not gonna buy it now, so I have to worry about that. Oh, I bought it. Scroll down here. There's a pin out right there. You probably can't see the numbers, so I'll drag it over. Then I can see the numbers. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know if you are, because I have it. We're supposed to show this one window. Oh, I can size it. Oh, that's just virtual VNC. Okay, so I can't size it. Anyway, this is what we'll use. This is how I use to get to work. Then I got pin 1 here, pin 2, pin 3. The fact that all the color codes on the pin will actually the same color codes on that on the wall play adapter. Well, pretty fun messing with it, and it works pretty well. Thanks for watching. If you like it,